B2B sales and car sales. The similarities are awesome because I came up, one of my first sales jobs was in 1996, summer in college. I sold F-150s. They had just released the 1997 model of the F-150, and I was selling it. Oh, I loved it. It was so much fun. I really got a lot of the basics of sales down in that season. I then sold cars again in Philadelphia for a small season, and then worked in marketing for a new car dealership for an extended period of time. In doing all that, while also as I grew in being a business-to-business salesperson, business-to-business sales leader, the two together have just really driven me internally. And what I'm doing is I'm providing a course that takes what happens in business-to-business sales and translates it into car sales. How you can use what's in business-to-business sales right now in car sales. Does it all work perfectly over? No. Does the methodology work? Yes. Do the basic fundamentals of business-to-business sales work in car sales? Yes. Is some of the technology not going to be the same, or the actual functional nuances of the day going to be the same? No. So I'm going to give you 3 things you're going to learn in this course if you're in car sales that's going to be helpful to you. And I'm kind of excited because I really enjoy the process of, I love cars to begin with, but I loved car sales and what it taught me, and I love being able to align with anytime I can. So first of all is the calling. In car sales, what I've experienced is that the car salesperson is not on a bend towards making phone calls. In B2B sales, you are focused on making phone calls. And I have led countless BDRs, literally hundreds of BDRs, which are business development representatives, or there's also sales development representatives, which are pretty much the same thing, but in how to do a massive amount of outbound calls. And I'm going to show you how you, as a car salesperson, can do a lot more outbound calls to get you meetings booked for people that you are following up with. Because mostly if someone leaves the lot, the follow-up with them is very light because if they're gone, and there's another up coming in. The second thing that I'm going to do is talk about not how to use social media or emailing as a sales tool, but how to use the functionality of it in the right way to engage with your prospects long term. And that is some outbound emailing, and that's also some ability to define the right social media network that you're able to use to be able to engage with your prospects. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the methodology of B2B sales and how it works overall. This is pretty much so you can take in what works for you and leave the rest. And in one season, certain things may work, and other seasons they won't. The great part about these 3 different points is that relative to your sales leadership, you're going to have different engagements with it. So if you're a sales leader looking at this, there's different things you're going to want to engage in with this and others that you won't. If you're a salesperson and you're taking this class, which I suggest to be able to do also, there are certain things you're going to do on your own and certain things you're going to do that your leadership is going to be able to bring into you. So the key thing I want you to be able to take away from this, just as a nugget of information, is phone calls work. Oh yes, phone calls work. Calling people and being able to stay with them over time is hard, but it works. I can't wait to talk more about the successes that I've been able to see with it, and also tell you some of my experiences of being on the other side of looking to purchase a car and the follow-ups that I've received inside of it, and just kind of the in and outs of what I've seen go on and what I know to work inside of business-to-business sales, which can be either from a very small transaction to a very large transaction, and the Venn diagram of everything that holds in between. So I appreciate it. This course that I have is succinct. It has a great little workbook with it, but it's not a long, you're getting on it and sticking with it for ages upon ages. You are going to come in and within 10 minutes are going to have the basics of this put together. And then from there, I want you to be able to get out and use it. And then talk to me. And then what I do is I keep all my DMs open, my email open for further discourse on other questions you have or things that didn't make sense. So it's an ongoing relationship with us, but I start off by training you with the basics. I make that be a little bit of a financial investment on your part so that it's valued to you and you can really run with it. And at the end of the day, if someone's listening to this and like, hey, that training sounds great, but maybe you can come in and just do a talk with our team over all of it and give us, as sales leadership, a heads up for things that we can do better. I'm more than happy to do that any day of the week. And even if you just want some insights from me, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm super passionate about sharing everything that I have, and an honest worker deserves honest pay. So I'm happy to reach out and ask to be paid also. But if something I can just do to help, I'll do it. Tim at Net Solutions. There's my email. Tim at Net New Solutions. And then you can reach me, Tim at netnew.solutions. Appreciate it. Thanks.